Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back, I'm not going anywhere. I'm YouTube famous now. Available on iTunes sometime. Anyway, a couple days ago I did a video called, Did Amy Slaton Ghost a Collab? Okay, first I just want to say this. I was actually having this conversation with Ms. Fucking Wonderful earlier. Go watch her channel if you don't know her, I'll link it below. I will probably not be making any more Amy Slaton videos after this. I enjoyed doing it for a while, but the comments that go along with it, it's just like, people have very strong reactions to Amy, and I understand that. I think that people that loved her, that felt betrayed by her lying, have been very hurt by her, and there's a very up and down kind of thing. I'm not really sure how Amy could correct that at this point. So I just think, like, I don't really want to be part of that. But I'm making this video because I think that sometimes as a YouTuber, sometimes when you're making videos like this and you're talking about people, if there's a follow through, I think it's important to speak to what the truth is, if that makes sense. And so if you don't know the story, I'm going to link the previous video at the end of this, so when you're watching it, it'll pop up. The end of this video. But the story is that this YouTuber named Kimber Rise wanted to do a collab with Amy Slaton, a makeup collab. And so she went to Kentucky. And there have been so many speculations, you guys, about what has happened. Like, did Kimber tell her that she was coming down there? Some people told me that Kimber drove 20 hours. Some people told me that Kimber drove 200 miles. It's just like, it's all over the place, right? And what's interesting is that Amy sent me all of the text messages between Kimber and herself. So I have all of them, okay? So let me just tell you kind of how the whole thing goes down. I'll just, like, as you can see, I mean, there's many text messages that go back and forth, right? To break it down, I'm not going to get on here and show them. I don't think that's fair to Amy, and I don't think that's fair to Kimber. I don't really like when people show receipts like that, to be honest with you. You can trust me as a YouTuber, or you can say, screw off, I don't want any part of this. It is what it is, okay? I'm telling you the facts as I have them, and they are facts. Not receipts, they're facts. Because I saw both sides of this. So anyway, Kimber, I think, reaches out to her to do a collab. Amy's like, sure. Now, one thing you have to know is, like, when you talk to Amy and any kind of texting, messaging, or whatever, her texting and her messaging is very short, okay? So, like, you don't get a paragraph response. Like, you may ask her, like, hey, I have this great idea about doing this makeup collab, and I could do a whole face, and I could do this, and I could do that. And what you'll get back is, sure. Okay, so you kind of, like, over time, you have to kind of read into Amy, right? Of, like, what she's saying, and you can kind of tell that that's what goes on with Kimber. But the reality is that Amy does agree to do the collab, okay? There's a lot of conversation in here about when they're gonna do it. Kimber even says to her, I'm gonna book a hotel room, I wanna put the deposit down, so please let me know. And so Amy's like, yes, go ahead with it. So she puts the deposit down in the hotel. She explains to her that she has her mom watch her pets because she can't be out of town without watching her pets. So there is a lot of stuff that goes into doing this collab, okay? It's not like she just drove down on a Saturday afternoon and said, hey, let's do this collab, all right? She had to get somebody to watch her pets. She literally sat in a hotel room for 3 days. It wasn't just like she went down there for one night. Like, she was there for 3 days, right? So there's a lot that goes into this. And, you know, I'm gonna... On either side of this, I think it's just, to be really honest with you, a cluster F, you know, because I'm trying to be family friendly to some degree. But anyway, I mean, it is. It's just a clusterfuck, right? So anyway, of what happened, and I think, like, if they could talk it out, like, where have we gotten in this point in society where we're not willing to talk things out with people? I really don't understand that, okay? Like, hey, you hurt my feelings. Like, can we talk about this? Sure, I'll own my shit. I'm sorry I hurt your feelings, you know? Or, hey, I feel like you ghosted me. Like, is there any proof? Like, here's the proof. I'll show you the proof, blah, 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 whatever, right? I'm about to show you the proof. So anyway, like, I don't know that it ever has to go to this level of, like, where it takes to total ugliness. Now, I will say this one thing in here, that Kimber in her text asks Amy over and over again, please shout me out in a video, please shout me out in a video, please shout me out in a video and say that we're doing a collab, okay? So, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, kind of the YouTube game is, if I shout you out, and if somebody bigger shouts me out in a video, I'm gonna get celebs, I'm gonna get subs, right? I mean, it's a smart thing to do. It doesn't say anything bad about Kimber, it's just, but that's what her intention is. She wants to do the video with Amy because she wants to get subs. I mean, okay, there's nothing wrong with that. Just own it, right? So in here, and then she even offers to do Amy's hair, and there's this whole conversation in here about Amy's hair. And then she's like, well, I would have to charge you for the hair because of the color. She doesn't want to charge her for the hair, to do the hair, just to charge her for the color of the expenses, right? And then at the last minute, Amy's like, says something to the effect of, like, that day, I can't afford to do my hair now, so we're gonna have to wait until another time. But literally up until the hour that they are supposed to do the collab, like, Kimber offers to go give her a ride and all this kind of stuff. And she's like, no, but I might need a ride home. And then Kimber's like, hey, I brought some, alcohol, would you drink? And Amy's like, girl, I might drink a little. And she's like, well, I got some vodka, girl. Okay, now at this point, right, I'm like paused on these text messages and I'm like, that is the video right there, okay? Screw this makeup collab thing. That's the video right there. Amy Slaton and this girl doing a drunk makeup tutorial up in a hotel room in small town Kentucky. That is viral. Why are we not doing that video, okay? Listen, I drive another 2 hours or 20 hours or whatever just to get that video. So anyway, it goes down and it goes onto all these text messages. And so anyway, at the very end of it, it says, and I think Kimber has shown some of these text messages on other things. She says, where is it? Kimber's actually very nice about the thing. She's like, hey, okay, so Amy says, hey, my mom just called me. My stepdad is in the ER. I have to go to Morganfield. They think he's having a heart attack. I'm sorry, I have to do a rain check. And Kimber's like, oh no, I'm sorry, I hope he is okay. Do you think there's any way we could film today? I'm supposed to leave tomorrow for the 10-hour drive at 11. Oh, I guess it is a 10-hour drive. Well, that's, damn, 10 hours to do a collab with Amy Slaton? Girl, I live closer than that. Come up and do one with me. Okay, keep me posted. And then she says, I will, I'm really sorry. And Kimber says, it's okay, I hope he is okay. She's very nice about the whole thing. And then she texts her, like, later, and she says, how is he? And Amy says, we don't know yet, they're running tests. And then she says, we're tanning tests. And then Kimber says, oh, okay, I was thinking if you ended up not being able to do it tonight, that I could stay an extra day and we could do tomorrow if we had to. She even offers to do another day, right? And Amy says, I'll try. And then Kimber's like, tonight or tomorrow. Now, I just want to keep in mind, I want you guys to keep in mind, right? There's this girl over here that wants to do this collab, right? Amy has told her that her stepfather is in the emergency room having a heart attack. Now, we all know that everybody in the world thinks that Amy Slaton is the biggest liar in the entire world, right? But if she weren't lying about this, let's just say, okay? If she weren't lying about this, could you do it tonight? Could you do it tomorrow? Could you do it tonight? I could stay another night. My stepfather's in the ER having a heart attack. Amy might be the biggest liar in the entire world, but that's pretty serious, don't you think? Okay. So then she says, Amy says, tomorrow he's being moved to Evansville. I'm in ICU. And then she says, okay, if I stay an extra day, what? My stepfather is in ICU, okay? Now, like, my mother was in ICU before she passed away. You're not thinking about makeup collabs, okay? I'm just being for real with you. I'm sorry, gal, you drove the 10 hours, okay? I'm sorry you had to be in a hotel room, and I'm sorry that you didn't get to enjoy the sights and the sounds of small town Kentucky and get to do a makeup collab with me. My stepfather is in ICU. I know I hate the man. I know I said I don't like him, but he's family, okay? And I have to be here for my mother. So that's what's going down. I know people are going to come for me in this video, and I don't care, but like, can we just look at this from a human point of view for a second, please? Okay, if I stay for an extra day, it's going to cost me extra, and I've already been here since Friday, so I need a definite yes or no so I can reserve an extra night with the front desk. And Amy says, I don't think I'm going to make it. I'm so sorry. And she says, you don't think you could come for even an hour? I'm literally, at this point, to be honest with you, baffled. Because I have proof, so I'm going to tell you in a second why. And Amy says, I'm 2 hours away. And then she says, Kimber says, could I come to you? Okay? She's so desperate to do this collab, maybe because she thinks Amy's lying to her. I don't know. That's probably what my guess is, that she thinks Amy's just sitting at home painting her nails, looking through stickers or something, that she's totally lying about all this. So she's like, if I say I'll come to you, then she'll say, oh no, girl, you can't come to me or whatever, right? But are you seriously at this point thinking you're going to go to somebody's ICU and do a collab? I'm thinking she's probably trying to catch Amy. Okay. And so Amy says, right now my mom needs me. And she says, okay. And she says, I hate that I have to cancel, but family comes first. I totally get that, all right? The problem is that Amy is very much the girl who cries wolf. She has said over and over and over again, I'm being honest, I'm being honest, I'm being honest. And she's not being honest, okay? So nobody believes her. And I don't think Kimber believed her probably. And listen, okay, Kimber, nobody's gonna like me anyway, so this probably won't help you out at all. But I'm gonna link your channel below. Just alone for the 10-hour drive and 3 days in a hotel room, I hope you get at least 1 sub from this video because I think you deserve it. That is a lot of time and effort. Even if the natural consequences of the world stop you from doing a collab, that's a lot of effort to put into a collab, okay? I would be, even if the worst case scenario happened like this, I still would kind of be like, seriously, I really wanted to do this collab. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would be kind of a little let down. But shit happens in the world, right? So I asked Amy, has she messaged you or reached out to you since then? Because if it was me, I would probably reach out to her and be like, hey girl, how's your stepdad doing, you know? Just to kind of follow up and see, is she lying, is she not lying? Amy said no. And I said, do you want me to make a video about this? And she said, if you want to, you're fine to do one or something like that. I mean, this goes back and forth for a while. And I said to her, I'm not saying I don't believe you, Amy, because I do. But do you have any paperwork proving he was in the hospital? I said, I promise I won't show it, but I can at least say that I got on camera and I have proof, okay? And the reason why is because I don't understand why nobody's going to Amy and going, okay, so you supposedly ghosted this girl. Everybody in YouNow streams and in the drama community is talking about all this, but nobody's asking Amy, like, do you have any paperwork? Like, why would we want to show receipts of text messages, but why would you just not ask for that, right? So Amy says to me, she says, I don't, but I can try to get some from my mom's house. She may have it. And I said, okay, Amy, I said, I need something. People are coming for you hard. And she says, right. She's like, when my mom gets home, she's going to send me a pic of it. I said, okay, thanks, hang in there. And that was on Thursday afternoon. So I waited, and I waited, and then I got a text, and it said, sorry it took me so long. And I will not show you the text because I promised her that I wouldn't do that. She actually said to me, please edit out his personal information. And she said that I could show these screenshots to you. I'm not going to do that, okay? But the date of his release was 4/24 at 3:17 p.m. from the hospital that she talked about, okay, from ICU with chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, heart failure, okay, essential hypertension. That the results of the heart attack. Okay, that's one screen of it. All these text messages between her, they were supposed to do the collab on the 23rd, which would have been the day that he entered. This is the day that he was discharged. She then gives me the extensive paperwork, okay, on here, and it says, this information in this after your visit is up to date as of 4/24/2017. This is from Deaconess Health System, which is a major hospital in Evansville, Indiana, which is where Amy said that she was taking her stepfather. It has his name on here, his hospital number, his phone number, next of kin, everybody in here. Has no primary diagnosis. It has your diagnosis also included on here. And it goes in here and it says all the reasons that he's in there, and it says where he was at, ICU, what happened to him, follow-up appointments, and the recommendations, okay? So it's true. I have the paperwork, okay? I used to work in a hospital. This is legit paperwork. I used to get referrals from Deaconess. This is legit. Amy's stepfather was in the hospital, which then goes to question, okay? Amy, who has come on camera millions of times and said, not millions, but that she hates her stepfather, that she doesn't get along with him, that they fought, and he's kicked her out of the house numerous times and all this kind of stuff, right? And I said, have you shown these to anyone else? She said no. She said, please edit out his personal information. And I said, absolutely. And she said, thank you. And I said, anything you specifically want me to say in the video? And she said, just that I wasn't lying about my stepdad. And I said, Amy, people are saying you don't like him, so why would you go to the hospital? And I was asking just because I knew that everybody in the comment section would flood this, right? I said, what do you want me to say to that effect? And she said, wow. She said, I may not like him, but he's still family. You know, and I was so thinking about that in like my own family. And like, I've had very similar situations before where I'm like, okay, mom, because you're asking me, I'll come and I'll be there and I'll be supportive as a family, but okay. So, in my perspective, listen, Amy, I'm really sorry that you went through this with your stepfather. You know that we've communicated about this. Kimber, I feel bad that you drove 10 miles and paid all this money for a thing. I wish you could still get your collab. I wish you and Amy could kind of work things out. It seems to me that she's very willing to do that. I think even more so now, I don't know. I just don't understand why we can't get along. Like, why do we always have to argue with each other over something like this? This is pretty simple, Shit happens in the world. People get sick and go into the hospital. It does, when you look at it, look very sketchy because it's literally the hour that she's supposed to do the collab that all this happens. It's crazy, but that's the world, I don't know. It is crazy. So anyway, I feel sorry for everybody involved. I just wanted to kind of put that proof out there because I had done the video before. I won't be doing any more Amy Slaton videos. I know half the people that watch my videos are like, who, what's Amy Slaton? What's an Amy Slaton? I don't know a Slaton from a Slaton. So, it is what it is. And but I just felt like I needed to do this and follow up. I will put Kimber's channel below. I will put Amy's channel below. Please go follow them, subscribe to them, do whatever you want to do. Leave nice comments on both their channels. They deserve it, I think. Listen, life's tough. Maybe we ought to just love each other a little bit more instead of coming for each other all the time, right? And if you don't like somebody, just don't watch their videos. It's really that simple. All right, you guys. I love you. I wish you the best, and I hope you're enjoying your weekend. Follow me on all my social media. I'm super, super active, and I'm also vlogging for the year 2017. It's listed on my vlog channel below called Peter Vlogs. I love you guys. Bye.